Welcome back again. Today we're looking at a drill called 5-point communication. This is something that was inspired by a drill we saw on First Class Defense's Instagram. Shout out to those guys. Um, Basically, this is something where we have 4 guys on the outside, 1 guy in the middle. The guy in the middle is hot, and he's essentially going to be calling out to one of the corners, asking for a 2. As the 2 is established, he's going to come in and push the guy out to the opposite corner. And then based off of that, we're going to have the guy on the adjacent corner to the 2 come in and become what we call a rover. He's our kind of 3 slide, the cover 2. And then the guy that's adjacent to where we're kind of sliding out to kind of becomes a show. So it's really working through all our different calls, working on body positioning, working on being able to kind of switch on and off quickly. Just lots of movement, lots of communication, lots of quick reps, going kind of back and forth, getting our guys to kind of think quickly and move quickly. So again, the guy in the blue circle here is hot. He's going to point out to a corner, and then we all have to kind of read, react, and move quickly. All right, so again, he's getting 2 from here. He's going to come in. I'm 2, I'm 2, I'm 2. As he gets in, he says push, push, push. That lets this guy know that he's got the crease covered. He's going to go out and make his approach. Right at that point, this guy comes in, dunks the corner, becomes the show. This guy comes down. I'm rover, I'm rover, I'm rover. Becomes a cover 2 on this side. He's going to get in. He's going to wait for his Rico call. As he gets in, he's going to yell bump, 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 bump. This guy here is then going to direct him, bump low, bump high, whatever our communication is here. We're going to let these guys know that the goal is kind of, where GLE is here. Right? This guy's body positioning needs to kind of be appropriate to where he would be showing to. And then we establish from a different corner, right? And then we just keep cycling through, right? Making sure we do this appropriately to wherever the goal is and where we're approaching to, right? Making sure rover is always going appropriate, right? Speed isn't necessarily the key thing here. Body positioning, communication, fluid motion is key here. Not bumping out too quickly, not leaving before our 2 is in. All right, making sure we're showing appropriately. All right, showing to the correct space. This particular drill, we had the young guys kind of on the side with me. A few of our veterans were kind of on this far end. So if you're paying attention to how these are going, you might see our seasoned guys doing these a little bit more fluidly on the backside. Body positioning and body language is very critical in this. I'm thinking about how we're seeing 2, which way our feet are pointing. Not only telling our guy where to bump to, but pointing him in. Micro talk between just our verbiage is critical here as well. Essentially letting us know Duncan bump out, Duncan low, Duncan high. Using each other's names, especially if it's a long possession, is going to be critical. You don't necessarily know, hey, rover bump here, telling Reed, hey, bump low, Reed. That's going to be a lot more effective if we're, in the 70th second of a possession as opposed to and in, rover, rover, rover. Being able to see both corners. All right, thinking about how I need to show. All right, as we kind of go through this, we try to give them anywhere between 4 and 8 different reps in a group. And then we rotate, trying to get guys in all the different spots of this. Get him in. One thing that it's going to be critical to do, right? We don't necessarily want to, get our guys on one of those little pendulum things where the balls hit each other and then push each other out. We want to get there in a position where, we're bumping or pushing before that guy's on top of the other guy, right? The key is, on that crease, we want to be ready to kind of check and kind of pick up responsibility for who's covering. So, if we're within a stick's length and we can, knock down a pass or get into that guy's hands, we can be calling our push or calling our bump once we're within that space. So right there, that was a little bit more effective, right? And we could get better spacing here as well. We're a little tight too. Good hand placement there. If I'm showing. Loud, clear communication was good. A lot of our guys like to repeat, I'm show. Sometimes just a loud, hey, I'm show, right? Just to kind of establish. We don't need to say it a dozen times. We can give it a nice, loud, affirmative communication as well. And of course, with any of this, right, establishing your verbiage is critical. But a lot of micro talk is just as important as well. Good show here. Good Chucky rower. So yeah, it's a good drill to kind of do early in the season and kind of come back to if you need to get the verbiage kind of locked in. Gets the people's feet moving, gets a lot of reps and communication. Fun little drill to kind of refresh every so often. Hey, thanks for doing this. Yeah, send this to someone who likes the embrace of another man.